Hello guys, welcome everyone for another VOD. Today we're gonna be talking about Mannerheim line map and how to play it in War of Tanks. Let's get started. So from this side and this side, just before we start, the heavy line is mainly, in general, heavy line is gonna be like always this side here. 9-0 line, this is like all heavy line, pretty much. This is like how the map, and medium line is just this side, and the middle is gonna be like scouts, and tank destroyers will be base. How it works? Let's start like this. So let's start with light tanks. How to play light tanks on this map? We're gonna focus on base 2. Base 2 light tanks, you go like this, and you get like this, and you go to this position right here. From this position here, you're gonna spot everything crossing. So pretty much that's the initial light tank position. Later you leave and rotate. Now tank destroyers. Tank destroyers, exactly from this side, is gonna be like this, and you can play here, and you can play here, and there's a spot as a tank destroyer. You can play here, but you take this later. I will tell you when you play this spot. Now this is initial like tank destroyers and light tank, how you play it and start, because that's how the map works, especially non-armored tank destroyers. But overall, let's speak on how to play from this side with the best initial positions that I like always to do myself. So let's say you want to play 9-0 line. From this side, there's an initial position you start in. You play like this, and you go enter like this, and you get down here. That's first initial position. From here, you're gonna engage with enemy targets here, and you either go down, keep going down and here, and you start brawling, or you stay here. Let me show you what I mean with this. So when you start with the battle, you need to make sure you hit this area right here. You see this rock? You go down insta from here. The reason why, so you don't take shot from the left side and tank destroyers in the back there. And that will be your initial position. Now, you cannot do much here like this. You don't want to go down fast. You have to wait here and see what's going on. If your teammate's going down first, you go down first. But I want to mention something here. Never ever try to poke this way against this. Why? Because you're going to take shots from tank destroyers right here sitting from the other side, which is we're going to mention later. But what I can do here is I play this little hold down right here. I can play this spot here. Is better, especially in tanks that has hold on. If not, then unfortunately that's where you need to stay and play down. Pretty much. Later, if your initial position not giving you anything, we have to move forward. All you gotta do is just keep going down and just go in. Sometimes you need to take this initial position right away from the beginning. Sometimes you don't do it. The safe way is to do it, just stay in the back and later you go down. It depends. This initial position will be something to use. And just to brawl enemy target. And never ever try to push up. At all. But what you can do is just keep going down, brawling, clearing out the area. Take down enemy target. And you can do is keep going pushing forward here and getting up right here. And when you reach this area, pretty much you're just gonna take it slow and try to fight whatever in the back in enemy base. Now remember, don't ever keep pushing forward. In this is where you're gonna stop. This is the point when you're staying and you're just gonna farm all tank destroyers in the back and make sure there's a lot of things gonna be here in the back. So pushing this will be a bad idea. What's gonna be is rotation, which is might need to go back to base or do something else. Other than that, you might be able to push forward. Okay, that's the first play to do on this side. Now, what's the second play to do from the same side? The second play will be as initial position with fast, heavy tank, medium tank with armor, non-armored, is to go in like this and play this position here. Or saver to play this position here. But is it recommended? Not really. I prefer to play here all the time because that's where all the action will be. But you could also do that. Now, that's your initial position. Later, you can push all the way up to here and continue pushing as a rotation. And remember, initial rotation. Now, what will happen if you reach this area here and you couldn't push it? There's many tanks here, right? What you can do is falling back and taking a position. I will call it not secret, but many people ignore it. So you can pull back like this, red marker, follow this marker, go back like this, and take G1. Listen, it's a G spot and it's amazing. You will love it. It's gonna give you a lot of things to do from it. You can hold the entire 1-2 line from one spot here. When do you do this? If you feel you're losing this side, north side. This is your rotation, run away here, or even if you go on this side and feel nobody even playing here from your team, you go back and take this initial position. It's gonna be cool. Let me show you how it works. Now, from this side, you can sometimes stop here for a shot here. If you're light tank spot, you can shoot this crossing and kind of move on to the position you want to take. This is the initial position here, and there's another initial position left side somewhere here to hold on and hold the flank. And that will be your initial position right here. Later you can push forward, but you want to do it from the left side, saver. And you can do this if you are fast enough from the beginning. What you can do, this is your rotation, will be right here, coming in up here and trying to brawl and clear all this side. Now this is very popular as a medium line over here, but doesn't mean you're not going to find heavies on this side. Sometimes it's hard to push the enemy base from this side like this in the open, which is risky. So what I can recommend people to do is never try to do this move, what I'm doing right now. This is a suicide mission. Instead, you can go down like that way and get down like this and try to get behind the enemy lines. Let me show you how does that mean. This is how you try to rotate all the way around the enemy and proxy enemy targets in the back. And that's where you need to be, is this is how you rotate from the north side. You're gonna find targets here, here, here. And also left side here. And you can also proxy all the tank destroyers sitting here. That's exactly all what you need to do if you're playing the north side, which is 1-2 line. Alright, do you remember the G spot I told you about? Here it comes. When do you take this spot here and can be useful is when you feel like you are losing 1-2 line entirely or nobody playing it, or the enemy pushing it with many tanks or many tanks. This is the spot you need to be in, and you're gonna hold many targets. Just like this. This position will allow enemy to not keep pushing forward at all, and has to stop at some point. It's very useful. Give it a try. Okay, now let's talk about base 1. How to play base 1 from the side. Same thing, same scenario. Heavy line here, medium line here, but doesn't mean you're not gonna find heavies here or mediums here, or same the opposite way. However, tank destroyers on this map, non-armored one, they got positions like this. Sorry, let's mark it with green color so you can see it. You can do it like this here, and also can go up here. Tank destroyers position in general. Light tanks, the light tank will be going down like here, or there's a push here, depends on what light tank you're playing. That's positions as the light tanks and tank destroyers in initial positions. So now if you want to do this, that's exactly the position you use with tank destroyers, non-armored and light tanks in general. Now what's my initial position will be from this side, and how to play it from both 1-2 line and 9-0 line. Let's start with a 1-2 line. All right, the basic, which is the easy, I don't recommend actually doing. However, if you push 1-2 line, you push like this and get up like this, and your initial will be here. That's if you're playing something very quick and you can manage to have enough speed to do that. This position could be powerful, but it's very risky, because if you don't have any cover behind you, you're most likely getting pushed and might die here. So will be better is to just go there and try to spot and see what's going on and just hold this area right here. Now let me show you exactly how that looks like. This is the tank destroyer position right here. Remember I mentioned on the minimap. And this is also could be a tank destroyer's positions too. Now, this is the saver option, is to play here and see what's going on first. Such as like this. Or you can push forward from the beginning of the game, which is the risky play, and take this area right here. But now this is very risky. The reason why I say it, because enemy most of the time push over the left side here from the beginning of the game, like medium tanks, and might take you down right away. But this position will allow you to do a lot by poking and giving info to your team and spotting everything over here, here, or even anything try to snipe you from the back there, which is, that's gonna be, depends on what tank is there. Now, what's the next move to do if you reach that position? Let's say you reach this area here and you got here. What's the next? What do you do next? Sometimes, most of the time you might stay. It depends on what's going on. You might have many tanks on you and just have to fight. And as I say, this is very risky. I don't recommend playing this side, but yeah. But it's playable still. Depends on matchmaking and everything like this. You can continue pushing forward. W keying it like this. Or W keying like this. And going down like his here, which is, I recommend this is better. Follow this yellow marker, going down like straight, taking one shot, maybe two shot, and going down like this straight. And absolutely you're not gonna do this if there's many tanks sitting here. So yeah, let me show you that. So let's say you need to push. Pushing here is going to be just getting stuck. But instead, might take one shot, two shot, and keep pushing this way. Now listen, it's very risky and I don't recommend it at all. Why? Because remember that spot right here? It's very, very, like, that spot will like stop you from pushing all the way up. But if you keep pushing down this way by taking one shot, two shot, and you have health still, it's going to be useful to push this way. And that spot will never bother you at all. The G spot, if you know what I mean. You reach this area right here, and pretty much kinda depends on the team, the tanks behind you to cover you. Because this spot here still have, you're gonna hold you, but I mean, that's the only way to play and push this side like this, if you wanna play it. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about how to do the 0 line, 9 line, which is the most popular, especially from side 1. The reason why, because it's much easier to play here instead of playing here, and is more actually benefits, especially from side 1. Let me show you what I mean with this. Initial position would be like this, and taking this right here. That's the best initial position to start with. Behind the rock, the reason why, you're gonna spot enemy coming in this way. Which is, you're gonna allow your tank destroyer sitting here to shoot this area right here. Just like this. That makes sense. That's initial position. Your rotation will be rotating down like this and going down like this here and playing or brawling the bottom side. Depends on what tank you're playing. Again, heavy tank. This play has to be with armored tank because that's mostly 901 heavy armored or medium armored tanks line. Later you can push this way and get down here. Now, why do you go to the rock? You go to the rock because you want to make sure not many enemy go down here, because if you go down here, they might just push you all the way and pick you up right away. Or if you go down here straight, like here, you might get pushed over by 3-4 tanks and you're dead. Saver is to take the rock and later see what's going on. Either you're gonna run back to base here, if you yellow, they pushing with many tanks, or you can just go back down here like this and go down like this later. Let me show you what I mean with this. And here is how you take this initial position. And you can spot people coming in. This is your initial. Usually you can spot stuff coming in here and just let your team farm them, and you can push shots too. The way you rotate back, or if you're trying to go down here, you have to do it the safe way, which is make sure you do it the safe way so you don't get farmed or take one shot. Drop down like this, and you either want to stay up here. If there's enemy down here, you need to make sure they get cleared out, or you just keep going and take this second initial or rotation position. I would say this position here can be rotation or initial, so depends on what's going on. If there's no enemy pushing down here, you can take this position from the beginning right away. And you're gonna delete anything here, and you can delete anything here, and you can also spot stuff in the back. And you can spot properly stuff here, and even here, but need to be careful from tank destroyers sitting here, so. Okay, what's the next? I reached that position, what do I do next? Do I stay here? Not really. Time to keep moving forward, but how you want to do it? Do you really want to go up like this to push forward in the open and just die? Or would you rather to go the safe way and just need a little bit of practice and push in the water here, and later do the boost in the water and go down like this? Which is many people fail it, even myself sometimes, because it's very tricky. If you mess it up, you're kinda dead. I mean, when I say dead, you're gonna become a submarine, if that makes sense. So do you actually want to see this? Let me show you. It's time to do it, guys. This is very important move. When do you do this move? Only when this is cleared out and nobody playing it. If it's one tank, you push it with your teammate, 1 or 2. If not, you don't want to do it, you know? You need to make sure it's cleared first. So how you do this is going down the water right away. Just like this. You don't have to go all the way up on the hill or, you know, this rocks. Just go down in the water straight forward. And this is what you can do here. You can go up to this area here and finish whatever here or here. You're gonna see that absolutely. Like this. And here you can finish. You need to be careful of tank destroyers here, but you can use the dead tank from you here. So, or you're gonna keep going and just take straight forward all the way up here, and time to break this, you know, and finish the battle from it. This is very useful. All you need to do is a practice in training room and try to practice the water, because it's very important you make it. You can clear and spot everything in the back here, by the way, tank destroyers, and you can clear this and you can clear this, and later you can move slowly forward and just continue finishing the battle. Here you go. You learned something, maybe, hopefully. I mean, you shouldn't learn it actually. This is all what I got for you guys on this map. I hope so you enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. And if you'd like to see more maps like this, tricks, tips, guides, please give us a subscribe, share the VOD, check us on twitch.tv/German_intelligence, and I hope so you're gonna have us there live streaming, making all these plays we are mentioning on all the maps over and over, and you will see us exactly doing the same thing. I hope so you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next stream. Next VOD, or maybe next stream too. You never know. Have a good one, everyone.